This episode of Boss Rush After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to learn how to support our family of podcasts, head over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia or search for us on the Patreon app on your smart device. Thanks for helping us build something better. Hello, everybody. Welcome here to Boss Rush After Dark, episode 69.
Heyo.
I am your host, not LaRon Dawkins.
What's
I am
poppin'?
your host. Yeah, it's poppin'. I need to cut my sleeves off. Sleeves are too big. They're restricting the guns. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deerigan. Alongside me, as always, is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
I face planted in front of an entire hallway of high school kids today, and it was embarrassing.
Oof.
Nice.
No one helped me up, but at least no one was recording it, so.
You don't know that.
I don't know, I didn't see. Well, we'll find out.
Be like, also joining us is Pat PK Power Klein.
I had Chipotle for the second time this week as a free lunch for my work.
I want to
I
work
also
where
had
you work.
Chipotle.
What?
Huh?
Well, you
Not
Chipotle.
Not today. We had it for dinner this weekend, but it's fine. How's everyone? How's everyone doing? Is everybody feeling nice?
Today was weird.
Yeah.
Today was. Today, I'm telling you, I cannot wait until today is over. It's fine.
It's
all good.
fine.
Aren't
It's
you
fine.
East Coast? That means it's only like 2 hours and 11 minutes away.
1 hour and 11 minutes away.
2 hours
So.
for me.
Uh,
Wow.
oh man, what a week! What an episode for LaRon to miss. By the way,
I know. We should make fun of him next week.
I actually thought about making this episode 70 and then doing episode 69 next week.
Aw.
But they would still come out as this would
Yeah.
be the 69th episode. But
It's all right. It's just a number.
it's just a number. It's just a position. So speaking of 69, that position, super uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
This is my topic, by the way.
It's all right. I was kind of thinking, like, would it be cliche if we talked about 69s? I don't know why I made that
No,
voice. But
Well, I was thinking that too, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like it's just an uncomfortable position, no matter like
Ooh.
which way you spin it. No pun intended. I guess.
No, I don't know. It's I've always like not growing up makes it sound like I was introduced to this as a kid, but like when I started knowing sexual positions or learning about it, people were like, I guess like, I don't know, people were always saying, or maybe it's social media or media, that 69 is this super epic, cool, mind-blowing position. And I'm like, I'm not going to talk about my personal life, but it's not that great. Seems pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing. I'm a large human being. Whether I'm at the weight I want to be at or the weight I'm not what I would be at. Like, if I'm on top, that's bad news for whoever's underneath. Okay? It's just it's not. And then like when you're on the bottom, there's a lot of concentration. It's just like, what? This isn't. Who likes this? Who's having fun here? Okay? It's
Honestly, let's face it. Like, people are different, like, body, like, lengths. And so,
yeah.
like, someone is going to most likely be, like, in a weird-ass position trying to, like, get to the other person.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just like it's not good, guys. I think it's overrated. Okay.
It's overrated.
It's super overrated.
Let's vote on what would be not rated or rated over underrated, because when you mentioned 69, I got this as a gag gift. Yes, I have it bookmarked. 365 sex moves, and we should just like tell me a number, like a day, and then I'll narrate it, and we have to go thumbs up or thumbs down.
What's on day 69? Is it 69?
Let's see.
If it is, that's a huge miss if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh my God!
Day
What are they
60
doing?
Day 69 is called the Garden of Eden. This doesn't look like
Oh
any
God.
position. The woman and man stand facing each other completely naked. They slowly explore each other's bodies with light touching and kissing. They wrap their arms around each other as he penetrates her, and it feels like the first time. What? That sounds just like regular
Sounds like
embracing
a
sex,
middle school dance.
right?
Like, what are you doing?
I say,
Well, Jesus ain't in between that dance.
That's terrible.
That's
That's terrible.
overrated. That's
Yeah.
overrated.
Let me
I
ask you a
think
question.
Mm.
Is Conquered by Clippy in there?
No, I have not seen Conquered by Clippy.
Call back everybody. Yep.
There's a
That's
position called Let's Get Nuts. You want to hear about that? Do you want to know what it
it doesn't
involves?
involve 5 guys, and I'm not interested.
Nope. Let's Get Nuts, day 175. The lovers start in a standing position with the woman in front of the man. She bends over and allows him to enter her. As he thrusts, she reaches her hand back to fondle his testicles.
That is a what? How is that a position?
I didn't know that position
We
had a
call
name,
that
but
doggy style
Yes.
that's
or bent over.
Oh, Wang Beneath My Wings.
oh God. What is that?
Day 151, Wang Beneath My Wings. The woman
Oh, let me guess. Is that where you take the dick and you put it just right between, but not actually penetrating? Like, yeah, instead of going horizontally, it's like, or instead of going vertically, it's horizontal.
Ooh, I don't think so. It says,
You know what would be you sorry,
Miss,
I don't
oh,
mean
it's
to
okay.
interrupt, but like after this one, you know what we should do? You should say the name and we should try to guess it before you explain it to us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, perfect. Okay. Wow, this stuff seems kind of racist, but maybe it's a game. The Chinese,
That's not how racist works.
the Chinese rings.
Oh God.
wow.
Oh God. Oh my God. I feel like I would be a racist just by trying to attempt to answer what this is. I feel like oh no, I don't know. I feel like it's when like does like your like the
Ah,
hands are interlocked
ah,
around
like
the shaft, and then you move it up and down, and it gets stuck like the Chinese finger thing.
can you imagine like someone needs to go to the hospital because they can't get their dick out of the trap.
Wasn't that in House one time? Where like the female like
Yeah,
had
well,
a
they had to get
contraction that literally like caught her, got it,
oh,
the guy like stuck.
and they went to the person's house to get them unstuck.
Oh my
Mm.
gosh,
Yeah, I
that's
remember that.
crazy. Well, you
Yeah.
were on the way there, so it's the move is not as puzzling as it appears. The lovers position themselves on their sides with the woman wrapping both of her legs around one of his as their genitals meet in the middle so they can link hands and pull each other back and forth.
The word genitals, man. That's just like
All right, I'll give you an easy one to guess. That's a wrap.
That's where you take the condom and you put it around the penis.
Around the penis or over the penis?
Over, like, encircles the penis. What?
it envelops the
It opens
this
up
is
for the penis. Come on, that's a wrap.
yikes.
Basically, the woman wraps her legs around the guy.
Wow.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
come on. This will be easy one too. Box seat.
Box seat. Oh God, somebody sits on your face. I don't know.
Yeah, the woman is sitting on the guy's face.
We call that face sitting.
Oh my gosh, I saw this really funny. I saw this really funny Instagram reel the other day, and it's probably not really that funny, but like, this woman walks up to this guy and she hands him like a baby wipe. She's like, clean your face off. It's dirty. And he's like doing this. He's like, what's on my face? She's like, just clean off your face. I need somewhere clean to sit later. And he's like, yeah.
Oh wow.
It was funny. Anyways.
All right. Well, we like this website, LinkedIn. What is LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one, a good joke. That I was like trying to think about it. It's like I just remember hearing this. It's like, hey, if you're ever mad, I would let you sit on my face. That way, I know where you're coming from.
If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushmedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
Oh,
Get it? Where you're
Got
coming
it.
from?
Ayo.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat.
Hey,
why
hey,
is
hey,
why
what?
is again? This is supposed to be a female talking to another female, but anyways, we're gonna pretend to be women right now.
Okay.
Why is 88 better than 69? Because it's better to be 8 twice.
Oh, nice. I get it.
But
I saw that. I follow this this Instagram where it's just these two girls, and they're like, the one that does the reels is trying to shock her partner into like these awkward sexual jokes, and it's really funny.
I think that's where I got I'll, you can send my face and I'll see where I'll
Yeah, it's
see where
probably
you're
the
coming
same
from.
one. I think they do that joke
Probably.
there too.
Yeah.
Look at us,
I know.
so cool. Anyways. Oh man, what's another one, Stephanie? Give us another one. 217.
217. Are you guessing it or am I just reading it?
Guessing, and then you can tell us.
Okay. Hidden
217.
hidden desire.
Is that where you stick
you
the penis in the vagina?
I was gonna say you tuck it and then she goes behind you and tries to find it.
Hide and seek. Hidden desire. It's a good idea to clear the floor for this position. She starts
Oh,
blindfolded
God.
across the room from her partner. Dropping clues for her other senses, he can help her find him by leaving a path of flower petals or occasionally whispering naughty directions. Once he's located, she mounts him and the game begins.
God, the descriptions are just
Weird.
what
Right?
is going on? How about 113?
The fallback.
Oh God.
Is that where the lady falls backwards and tries to land on the penis?
That's pretty close. The man stands up straight, supporting his lover around her buttocks as she reaches her hands on the floor. As he penetrates her, she brings her feet up to his neck. Talk about a great reason to stay in shape. What?
Oh my God.
These
What is
descriptions.
Oh my gosh, it feels like somebody from like the 1960s is like reading sexual positions for the first time.
But all of it, like some of these are like, do people really do this and have fun? Because some of these are like freaking, you're at a circus doing trapeze tricks but naked. Like, how is this fun? And like, does the penis bend this way? You don't see it, but and I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be
Oh,
showing it because this will be on YouTube.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
I'm not.
the triple decker sandwich.
Oh my God, this involves another person. um,
Or it involves just putting your dick between two pieces of bread.
that's.
I'm sure that's been done.
I'm sure it has. I'm sure you can find it right now by Google searching.
No, 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 no. Yep, it's with two girls and a guy, or I guess it could be any gender really. But in this one, the first woman positions herself stomach down on top of an ottoman, so apparently it has to be specifically an ottoman. And her friend then lies face down on top of her. Then the man takes turn penetrating each of them from behind.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sounds like a lot of work, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, what do you like? Switch each thrust? Like, how does that even work?
I guess. I don't know.
How does that work?
I don't know. It aren't like threesomes like a guy's fantasy, but like you have to put in double the work,
So
dude.
Dude.
here's the thing: they are, but it's also a lot more work than you expect, and a lot more. It's
I,
kind of
I was
it's
not
kind of like
impressed, to be honest.
yeah, it's
What?
kind of like one of those. It's kind of like one of those things that's like, yeah, there's like I don't know. And then like sometimes you feel like one person's left out, and then you kind of gotta like I don't know, man. It's one of those. It's weird. It's not. It's not everything it's cracked up to be. Everybody,
No, it's not.
in my opinion.
And mine as well.
So
Listen, this position falling for you, this woman is literally doing a handstand, but she's leaning like falling backwards on her handstand, and that's where he's taking her in. Like, why the hell do you want to be fucked while you're doing a handstand? All that blood rushing to my head, and like my wrist will hurt. I don't know.
a lot of these just feel like a lot of
Mhm.
work. It doesn't even sound fun. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't even sound fun. Does this sound fun to any of you? I don't
Nope.
know. Comment below. Do any of these sound fun to you guys? Let me
Rock,
know. Let
scissors,
us.
pleasure sounds good.
Oh God,
No, it just sounds good. It
scissor.
doesn't look good. The guy's like doing a
E-
plank, and the woman's like in between. I don't know, but anyway.
every time I hear the word scissor, I think of the South Park episode when I guess Miss Garrison at that point where she the the where they're spoofing the 300 movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's it's a good one. It's a good one, everybody. Anyways, go to 300 since we're on that.
The seat saver.
God, the seats.
That's where you take a dildo and you put it right in the middle of the seat.
That's actually a good idea. But no.
It's
The
got to be
man
one of those sticky ones.
the man sits on a short stool or a chair, so the man is the dildo, I guess. And his lover sits in his lap, facing him and mounts him. The couple see, they could have just stopped the description there, but they keep going. The couple are as close as can be, and she's able to dictate the action by pressing her feet into the seat.
I mean, doesn't the
Whatever.
woman dictate the action in every scene? No, I'm just kidding. Oh,
So yeah, this is well, I think this whole book is obviously overrated. Because most of them look like they would result in injury if you're not in perfect shape.
yeah. Also, like, who wants to like read an instruction manual before they like
I
go
know.
into
Can you
their
imagine? Hey,
position?
honey. All right, lie down like this, honey, and then do
Yeah,
this, honey, and the ow. Oh my gosh! I almost
yeah.
pulled my
Like,
butt trying to do something. I don't know what I was doing.
like, I mean, it, it that like, it always was like spontaneous and like just you know, it wasn't like nothing was ever like too planned. Like especially like back in, I mean, especially before kids. Like it's just not planned. We just go do and like your early and mid 20s, I guess, at least in mine, like yeah, there was some experimentation, but we weren't like reading instruction manuals on how to do things, right? We were like, oh well, this sounds fun. Oh well,
Do you think there's
your
like
friend's drunk.
a Western? I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a Western thing, like a cultural, social expectation that you need to keep your sex life fresh with your partner if you have a partner, or else like I don't know, things will go stale. I mean, I don't know. I think there might be too much emphasis to like be all crazy and super experimental. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I think that was definitely a thing when we were younger, but like now, like there's all these studies and stuff out there that kind of say like people are having like less sex, which is
A
like
generation?
the generation underneath us. Like
Oh,
I guess like the people who are in their 20s and stuff now are like having less sex
what are
because
they
like it's just
doing?
so I don't know,
Interesting.
playing on their phones, internet. I don't know.
That's so
Probably
sad.
can't probably trying to cancel someone for something. I don't know.
They're missing out on one of the coolest. Well, it's cool, but it's a fun experience. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't complaining back then, but
Maybe
you
it's
know,
like too much of a human connection. Heaven forbid.
hmm,
It's
Literally.
not 2D enough.
it's
Mm.
not 2D enough. Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. Back then, it was like fun to be spontaneous and try new things. You know, like it was in weird places too. Like that
I
was
feel like the
fun.
place thing
But
would be more exciting than,
yeah,
the different positions. It's more the thought that, hey, you could get caught here, or,
yeah,
I did it here.
yeah.
I'm pretty
That
sure,
was a
Pat,
fun night.
you were here on an After Dark episode where we did talk about weird places people had sex.
Yeah, I feel like
Yep.
you were here too.
Yeah, I had sex at my elementary school parking lot.
Ooh. Yeah. Nightclub bathroom for me.
Hmm.
Quite a few times actually. But
And
Wow.
Lauren was literally on a dance floor.
who? What?
Threesome.
What?
Lauren was literally on a dance floor with a threesome, a swinging
Oh,
couple.
yeah.
Mm.
That's
And here I
right.
was being the boring person.
Yeah, that was your goal. That was your goal was to have
All
my dad
right,
sex
a
in a
year.
car.
Hmm.
I don't think that happened. Sorry, nothing
Yeah,
exciting
it's fine.
happened. No way. It's all right. That
That's
doesn't mean I need to give up on the goal. I just need to extend the due date.
fine. Just email your professor and say, "Can I have an extension on this
Yeah.
paper?" Man, good times, good times. I remember one time we
I see
pushed.
what you did there with extension.
I
Mm.
know. One time we pushed together two like dorm double bed or single beds to like make a bigger bed so we could have more people in there.
Ooh.
That was it didn't turn out as we planned because it turns out when someone's in the middle, the beds spread apart and then you fall. And yeah, it wasn't a great plan. Okay, when you're like 20, 21, not a great plan. Uh,
But I'm sure y'all laughed in the end and had a great
yeah,
time.
we did. It was fun. It was a good time. Uh,
Except
it
for
was
the
great.
lady who landed on the penis.
Hmm. Wonder how that kid's doing. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hopefully. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. It's a weird it's a weird thing to like think about now, especially because like I'm so like it's so hard to like even get time to be personal now with
Mm.
kids and it's just and then like at the end of the day you're just like
Exhausted.
yeah, I'm fucking tired, man. I want to like I don't know. I don't feel like exerting myself anymore. Like I just want to like lay down and watch TV or play a video game or something, and half the time half the time my wife like goes to bed shortly after my kids go to bed cuz she's so tired cuz she's been here all day with them. I'm with them for like 2 hours and then like I'm exhausted. She's here all day every day cuz she works from home. So,
Man, I give her so much credit with that. Yeah, it's keeping the intimacy alive, gets more and more challenging, and I don't know. I guess it kind of works out that the older we get, usually our libidos not necessarily go down, but they're definitely not as intense maybe as when we're
It's
all in
not
our
as
20s.
firm.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Especially and also like I don't want this to sound like I don't want this to sound mean, but like or o- offensive or anything because it's not meant to be. But like also when you've been with someone as long too, like that. Not that the interest isn't there, but like it's just like you find other things to do, and find other things to like bond over, and
Well, as long as bonding is happening, that's fine.
yeah,
It's only if
yeah,
only things are like dead in the water completely in all aspects. That's when things are
yeah.
troubling.
That would be
Mm.
concerning.
Then you have to
And
get yourself a 365 sex position a day book.
mhm,
Yep, that would
yep,
never got used. Now I don't know what to do with it. Well,
Hmm.
bring it on the podcast once a year and just make jokes.
yeah. I mean, you can bring it on more than once a year. It doesn't have to just be an episode that ends in 69.
Has anyone ever referenced the Karma Sutra? I've
Has
never
anybody
checked
ever
that
referenced it?
or
No.
used it or whatever. Sorry. Well,
No, I knew someone that had it in college, but they were ironically they were Indian and they thought it was funny to have it and you
I
know
think my dad had it in his closet one time.
yeah,
oh,
she wasn't like I mean she was Indian, but she was like she was born in America and she's like, well, every Indian person has a Kama Sutra. I'm like, I don't believe you for 1 second. That's wrong. I don't I feel like I would
That
sound
is
racist.
racist.
I would feel like I would sound racist. I was like, "Oh, really?" And then I would be
Mhm.
racist. Like, I don't believe you. It's a lose situation.
yeah. So you just keep your mouth shut. I bet. Just
Mm,
nod your head. Whatever.
yeah, I was just kind of like, "Oh, neat, cool." You know, a lot of man, college was like a weird time. You know, it was weird. I interacted with a lot of weird people. You know, because I was like a I wasn't I was I played football, so there was athletes. I was an art major, so there was the art kids, you know.
Well,
It
yeah,
was
now
a
that you think about it, because when I first went to college, I actually was very excited because had my first taste of freedom away from my oppressive home life. I was no longer in a private Catholic all girls school. And I was always like a nerd and quiet and not sociable. So like I was determined to break out of my shell and make a whole bunch of friends. But looking back, I'm like, college is literally a disgusting pool. Not disgusting like I'm criticizing the people, disgusting like
mm,
we're a bunch of young, early 20s or like 18, 19-year-old people that were all, we don't know who the fuck we are, and we're all horny or we're all experimenting. Like it's all this weird, awkward, gross mix of
mhm.
people, young people.
Yeah. Yeah, and you like share like you even share like showers with people, like at least where I went, like there's just this
hmm
room with a bunch of showers in it and you're like, Okay, I guess I'll sit in this stall where the water barely works and there's gunk on the floor and I don't know. What if somebody jerked off in here before I came in here? That's
Oh,
gross.
They
You know,
probably did.
oh yeah.
although I do have to say, my one friend was an RA, and the RAs had showers in their rooms, and I became friendly with her, and she let me shower in
Nice.
her room, and it was water pressure. I'm just saying,
Hmm.
hot water and water pressure makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there. You
Yeah.
Did she
Also,
let you share it at the same time?
know,
Eh?
mm, that's a
That's a
yes.
yes.
That's a yes.
yeah, she was fun. We'll say
I'm sure she was.
she was great.
You know, also is weird and I think overrated, but obviously it's hindsight and me being older and lame. But college parties could be real weird. Like now that I look
Oh my
back, I'm like,
gosh.
hey, there's some really weird shit that happens at college parties, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we there was this where when I went to school in Columbus there the baseball house where all like the baseball players lived
Yes.
and like they threw parties like all the time but like I never went to them cuz I always heard they were really weird and if you weren't friends with the baseball players like they were cuz like where I went to school the baseball program was like the thing that
Mm.
like people went to school there for was for baseball and like I never went because I always heard they were weird because they were like trying to be like like a frat boy party house, but also like fancy. Like they would serve everything in these wine glasses, like these like every drink. It doesn't matter if it was like a natty light or like a
Or
fancy
like
wine. It
jungle
was they
juice.
yeah, they were served in like these plastic wine glasses
What?
and like yeah, and they had like these fake statues all around like these plastic versions of
Oh man.
like like Venus like the Venus de Milo and everything. I was like, oh, this is weird. But I went to one and like they were having sled races down the stairs from the upstairs. Now, you would think, oh, that's a pretty big staircase. It's a pretty wide staircase. No, 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 no. Solo staircase, like enough for like one person to walk up and down. And like
Mm.
if you were walking up the stairs and somebody was coming downstairs, you had to do that awkward like turn and you know Yeah, and they would have like those like the carpet things that you go down those big massive slides in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mhm.
And they would try to go down the stairs on those, and they would end up like flopping over each other. And this is the first time I ever witnessed somebody getting really injured. By the way, like at a party where like they were going down, and somebody flew over top of somebody and landed and dislocated their shoulder, and then the girl uh the girl it's gonna sound bad, but one of the girls I was kind of talking to at the time was going to be she was going to school to be a doctor, but she was doing pre
Pre-med.
yes, thank you. And so she popped it back in, and it was the grossest thing I'd ever seen. And
Oh.
yeah, ugh, ugh,
Oh.
yeah,
I mean, kind of cool that she knew what she was doing, but also really gross.
yeah,
Oh.
really gross. Yeah.
Did she
Mm.
do the countdown? It's like I'm gonna count to 3, and then she just really pops it on 1.
She didn't count down at all. She just said she handed him a pillow and said, "Bite this," and she just did it. I was like, "Oh, that's gross.
Loud
That's
pop.
really gross." Like that. So
Ooh.
yeah, but yeah, college parties are weird. And then like I'd go back to like the second year I went there, like I would go back to my room, and it was like we weren't freshmen, so we didn't have to stay in the freshman dorms, and we got like the athletes all had like a quote unquote suite where like there was two bedrooms and then a common room. Like it was like this like a common room would have like two couches, and we had our own showers and bathroom and everything, and then on each side of the common room there would be a bedroom that had two people in each bedroom. And I would come back, and some of the people I played football with were just sitting in our common room just drinking Natty Light, like 2 cases. I'm like, "Ugh, that's
Mm.
mm, mm, mm." And then I found out the one person that was in my room was a drug dealer, and that's a whole other story. That was ugh. That was the first time I ever saw a gun in real life,
Whoa.
which was not fun. That was the this story is the story that made me decide I wanted to leave Columbus, Ohio, and go home.
Hmm.
Was this story? So I don't know. Do we? I don't want to have like a downer story on here, but it's not really a downer story. It's just kind of scary. All right, fuck it. I'm going to tell it anyway. So we knew our roommate was like he would like sell. We thought he was selling weed out of our dorm room, and like he was on the other side, so we like really didn't pay attention to what he was doing. Uh, and one night he called us and said, "Hey, I'm at this address. Can you come pick me up? I'm stuck here." And we were like 19 and 20. We were like, "Oh, sure, whatever. We don't know." And he gives us this address, and me and our other roommate drove to go get him. And we go, and it's really dark. It's like it's in the fucking ghetto. Like it is scary. I
Columbus has a ghetto.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. It was scary as hell. And we went to go pick him up, and we walk in this door, and he's sitting there, and his hands are tied behind him with duct tape. With duct tape. And we were like, what's going on? He's like, just get me out of here. I don't want to be here. I messed up. Get me out of here. Like freaking out. And so we're like trying to figure out how to get duct tape off of this guy's wrists
Was there
without
anyone
like
like else in the general area?
well, I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there. And so we're like trying to figure out how to get I mean this isn't just like one wrapped around thing, right? Like this is like half a roll, it feels like at this point. And we're like trying to get it, and then we hear people yelling and talking outside, and we were just trying to get him out, and he was like, they're coming in, they're coming in, you get like we got to get out of here. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And all of a sudden these two huge dudes walk in, and one of them we kind of knew. Nobody knew his real name. His name was his. Everybody called him Big Six, and like nobody ever understood why. He was like this. He was like six, like huge. He was like 6'5", 6'6", probably plus 300 pounds easy, right? Probably. I don't know. I never saw the other guy in my life either, but like they are like, what do you guys fucking doing here? And we were like, he called us to come pick him up, and like he was like, I told you to stay right there. You fucking owe us money. And like apparently he had told them that we were bringing money, and we were like,
Oh,
I was like, no, 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 no. And this dude whips out the biggest fucking gun I ever saw in my life,
Gosh.
and like pointed it at us, and like I swear the moment it was probably literally only like a minute or two, but it felt like a fucking hour or two. Like standing there scared, like I thought I was gonna die. Like I had never seen a gun before. It was large, and all of a sudden, like we're yelling back and forth, and all of a sudden there's like sirens outside, and they're like, we gotta fucking go, and they ran out the door, and we ran out the door, and we drove back to, nobody said anything all the way back to the dorm room, but like it was fucking scary. That was the day I decided I did not want to live in Columbus anymore.
I can understand. I would feel the same way. Holy crap. I'd be like, dude, please don't drag me into this.
I didn't
Well, you didn't
know, and
know. No, I know.
yeah,
mhm.
yeah, and I found out like not only was he like, so he was selling weed for them, but he had smoked the weed that he was supposed to sell and owed them money because he didn't sell it.
Whoops.
But also cocaine was involved.
Whoops.
And I was like, "Oh god, what is going on?" This guy ended up getting like expelled from the school and leaving and whatever, but like yeah, that was a trip.
Yeah, I wonder if he's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard from him again. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, my experience. If you're addicted to drugs like that, it's it doesn't end well.
Well, the big, not that this can be for another, but I think a particular modern day danger of it is one may think that they're innocently just getting, for example, weed from some dude down the street, but now things are laced if you don't know your source, which is almost everything. But anyway, things get laced with fentanyl, and fentanyl is super dangerous. Like it's not even a drugs bad. It's no like fentanyl, like the tiniest microgram will fucking kill you. Like it's bad. And some people will have these accidental quote unquote overdoses. And I heard a story like, and it's pretty common. Like they wanted to just buy weed, and the weed was laced with fentanyl, and they OD'd, not knowing that there was fentanyl in it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But that's my little soapbox thing for the night.
Yeah. It's that's one thing I've never messed with was like any sort of drugs or even like even weed. Like I think I tried it once at my cousin's house one day, and it was like it burned my throat to the point where I was like, I don't know why anybody ever does this. This fucking hurts. So,
You know, my mom told me I should try weed.
Really?
your mom did?
Yeah, it's I don't. I'm trying to remember how the conversation came up, but she's like, "Have you ever had weed?" I'm like, "Nope, never." She's like, "Your dad and I used to smoke it all the time. You should probably have some. Try it someday."
Okay.
It's like,
Have you
wow,
ever
I
had?
did not know this about you.
Have you ever had the weed?
Hmm.
The secret lives of parents, right? Like I wonder what crazy, when I use crazy very loosely, thing that I'm going to do that my son will never know about, and if he ever knew, he'd be like, "Whoa, that's weird."
This podcast.
Yeah,
Hmm.
probably. Me whipping out my 365 sex moves book
Yeah.
and narrating.
To be fair, that's probably not the worst thing we've ever talked about on this show.
Oh no.
Oh,
But it
kids,
was
am I
fun.
right?
Kids. Mine's
Kids. Ditto.
innocently sleeping and just, all's right in the world.
Yeah. They're great when they're asleep.
They're
I love them.
so cute when they're sleeping. I'm like, aw, can you stay that way for longer?
Oh man, I thought I was going to be late for the podcast tonight because my daughter was like, she was so overly tired, right? That like she had just hit that next level of like screaming and raging, like pretty much like throwing books in her room and like throwing all of her stuffed animals and just like, I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay up. It was like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is it. So, yep.
69.
I found out today
69.
What's
that
up,
I am older than my boss.
Oh,
Yep.
that's a weird
Is
feeling.
that a good
It.
thing or a bad thing?
You know what? It's the first time it's ever happened.
Oh,
It's like normally my bosses are older than me,
Yeah.
even if it's only by like a few years. But apparently, I'm a year older than my boss.
oh, well, look at
Oh,
you.
I would feel weird about that. Like, I'd be like, I have seniority age-wise, but you have seniority because of a stupid title.
You
Hmm.
get seniority because you work harder than me.
Yeah.
Is
Yikes.
he a cool boss,
hmm
he or she?
Yeah, he's cool. He's
Or
cool.
they. Don't forget they.
Oh yeah, sorry they. I'm sorry. I'm
hmm
ignorant apparently.
He is a straight male. He is a he.
Some days I just want to give up and call everybody they, so maybe I won't I'll just like totally bypass offending everybody. I'll just be like, all right, everybody's officially a they in my head now because I can't
No,
keep it
because
straight.
then you're gonna offend the people that think they is offensive. So,
Oh gosh, like please guys stop.
uh, man,
I'm
good
gonna just
times.
omit. Fine, I'll omit pronouns. I want to replace it with like zippity doo dah. I don't know, like just whatever.
Man, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Tom Segura on Netflix. He's a stand-up comedian,
No, I'm
but he
familiar with the name, but I haven't seen the Netflix special.
yeah, he's got quite a few of them, but I think in like his second or third one he has this thing about like he does a whole bit on like pronouns and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I really couldn't care less what you want to be called or identified as. You could identify as a shoelace and be your pronouns could be zippity doo dop zee bop boop and doesn't affect me any. He's like, do I think it's a little ridiculous? Yeah, maybe, but you know what? Not my it's not my problem. It's not my he didn't say not my problem. He's like it's not my uh I forget what he says, but it's like along the lines of like not my business or something. So it's kind of funny. So so it's like it like tiptoes along that, offensive line, but then it like doesn't go all the way over and it's kind of funny. So he's funny.
That reminds me, I gotta find a date for. I got tickets to a comedy show here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Taylor Tomlinson.
Mm,
All
mm.
right.
Yeah,
She's the
she's awesome.
she's the one that does the joke that she's like, I'm only hot sometimes. Is that
She's
her?
done that, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, but she's. I forget how that joke went.
Yeah. I've seen it on YouTube a
hmm
couple times. Or like her Netflix special opens or the trailer has that joke in it, I think.
hmm No, she's
So
funny.
Any prospect people to take with you?
Nope, not really. I mean, there's one I would kind of like to ask, but I don't know if I know her well enough yet to, you know, like, hey, you technically live just right down the street from this place. Would you be interested?
It's a
But
comedy show.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
if you say it very casually, I don't really see the harm in it. But
I don't I don't man, I I know we've kind of been going long already, but I do not envy you guys. Like I don't know if I could go into the dating scene at this point. I would be just like, look, if my wife decided she wanted to divorce me tomorrow, I'd be like, that's it. I did it. I won. I played the
the
game. I'm done.
the dating scene is quite awful.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just like, you know what? This was my shot. Nobody else out there for me. I don't feel like trying. That's it. We're done. We're hanging it up. Oh, then I'd probably get lonely like 5 minutes later and be like, I don't know. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what porn's for.
Mm. Man, I don't even remember the last time I tried to watch porn. It just doesn't do it for me anymore.
Well,
You know?
if you get back into it, I hope you like Stepsister, Step Bros, because there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there is. Holy cow! I'm like, all right, well, like the stepsister gets stuck in the washing machine. Stepbrother, what you doing?
I need to leverage myself.
I want to know what washing machine hole is that small. Like, how are you getting stuck in there? My washing machine, the hole is huge. I could fit in there and probably climb out just fine. So,
Well, that's a
ugh.
common one. Or the girl gets stuck under the bed.
Who's climbing under their bed?
To get something? I don't know.
Also, if they're crawling under the bed, how high up is your bed? Like a normal person, if you look at a bed, it's the equivalent of like when cars drive under semis in movies. Like, there's no way cars can really drive under semis, right? They're on lifts. So these beds, if they're crawling under the bed, how are they fitting under there?
Well, not their whole body. That's why they got stuck in the first place, Corey.
Yep.
Gosh.
I know, but like I could literally lay flat on the floor and not fit under our bed. Granted, I'm a large human being, but like even my daughter has a hard time reaching under the bed, and she's 4.
Listen,
Like, who's
porn sets unrealistic expectations. Same thing with how quickly a plumber can get to your house. They're not that quick.
What about the big sausage pizza? Is that still a thing?
I don't know. There's like a one where there's like the dick in the bag of popcorn.
My whole thing with the big sausage pizza thing too is like, okay, first of all, if you're walking up to the door when your pizza box is vertical, like I'm sending that shit back. Okay. And then who invites the pizza guy in to sit on their couch? Okay, and then they open the box.
I need you to sit right here while I go get your tip.
I'm just oh, God.
Hey, the tip is right in the pizza.
I'm just where do these storylines come from? You know, like I don't get it.
I tried. It's kind of funny when I worked at the bank. Like, one of the things I would do is I would make up corny porn stories to just tell people. Not the customers, some of my coworkers. Like,
you know where that dollar's been.
Yeah, no, it'd be like coming up with stupid things like PB&J. A shop that sells PB&J, where it's peanut butter, or not peanut butter. Sorry, it's jelly, my dick, and 2 slices of bread, and
No, things get. There's some really freaky categories. Like when you just click on categories, I'm like, oh. Like there's a category like young and old, but like really young and really old together is kind of a weird thing to see. Yeah. And like I don't click on them because I don't it's not for me, but I know it exists, right? Like I see it under the like the picture of the category, like either toon or hentai type porn. And like sometimes you'll see an advertisement for like a cartoon or something that I know. So I'm like, please no, don't ruin my childhood. No. It's
They had the computer animated Link and Zelda doing it.
oh gosh, I never want to see
Did
a Zelda
Did
porn.
you see that picture floating around that says "Give us a Zelda game that everybody wants," and it's Link dressed up as the Gerudo, like the Gerudo outfit, and he's all done up in like makeup and everything, and it's Zelda and what's her face standing behind him, like, look how pretty he looks. And it's like, I think Block posted it in one of our chats at one point.
I bet you there's got to be a porn out there that's got like Daddy Ganondorf right now. It's got to be,
I'm
right?
sure. I'm sure.
But I don't want to
Uh,
bother looking. I just don't want to see it. I saw one that had Lady D in it.
yeah, yeah. There's
Mhm.
yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, there's a lot of Overwatch
Yep.
porn out there.
Yeah.
Little 64 guys.
Yeah,
Or
what is it like?
34.
What makes Overwatch such a popular porn subject or porn whatever?
The
The
engine it
character
runs on
models.
is well, the engine it runs on is also very. You can pull the models straight out of it and like without much work and render it how you want to. Like it's very. I don't know why that game in particular. I mean, also the characters are very like likable, and I guess some of them would probably be considered attractive to a lot of people, and they just rip them out and get them
It's them
fucked, I
skin
guess.
tight suits.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, remember when they made Tracer's ass smaller in Overwatch 2 and everybody was freaking out? They took away her ass. I'm like, come on, guys. First
Remember
of
when
all,
they
it's a
gave.
first person shooter. You don't even see it, first of all. So,
Remember when they gave Aloy facial hair and made her unfuckable?
no. Did I miss
Horizon,
that?
Horizon Forbidden West. Yeah.
Oh, are you talking
Uh,
about like the graphical fidelity so good that you could see like
mhm.
her like peach fuzz that
Yeah.
literally every
Like,
person has?
Yeah.
yep. But it made her unfuckable for some reason.
Oh no! Oh no! Because you're gonna be able to fuck her anyway because she's a real human.
Well,
Yep.
Actually, I think there is an Aloy character model that
Well, then
actually.
again, Burning Shores then made her even more unfuckable when they turned her into a lesbian.
Oh
was
no!
she really a lesbian in
Hmm.
Burning Shores?
Yes, she was.
I think you have the
Well, you can
choice.
make it that way, but
There's a
let's be
choice,
honest. Like,
but
if you looked at like all of Aloy's interactions with men, she is very uncomfortable when she talks to guys. But she tends to be more open and flirty with the females.
Hmm.
yeah.
Like, and plus, the person she's modeled, the exact clone, was a lesbian as well.
No way.
Yeah.
Why are you
Cool.
Well,
spoiling the
not
game for me, man?
Elizabeth Sobek was a lesbian.
You mean is a lesbian?
Well, was because she's dead.
Oh.
No, the character in the game.
Oh. I thought you meant the
But yeah,
actress that did the motion capture. Sorry.
she's also a lesbian.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, the lesbian trifecta.
yeah. Ashley
Whoa!
Birch is a lesbian.
My mind is blown right now.
I
Blown.
Hey,
know.
well, I think it is another porn expectation is like in porn, everyone is hairless and their assholes are bleached. Like it's just everything. Like I,
Yeah,
I don't
those are
know.
some clean buttholes. Let me tell you.
No, and,
Mhm.
and I have like a thing with that. Not butthole. Sorry. That um
Whoa! You
the
bleach your ass?
no,
Like,
the
is that?
peach fuzz thing. It resonates closely with me because when I was in high school and I had my first boyfriend, I had just normal peach fuzz. It wasn't like excessive hair growth where it was like a medical condition. It was just normal peach fuzz, very can barely know it. And he pointed out and made fun of me. And he made fun of me so much that I took like a razor blade to, which you don't do as a woman, or else it grows back like worse when you shave hair. It comes back more coarse, right? um I ended up getting that taken care of, but like, see, like, what is it with people setting these unfair expectations, like, oh, females can't have peach fuzz, they're unfuckable that way? Really? Come on, please. Mm-mm.
Honestly, though, a guy will probably just fuck whatever will allow him to. So, I feel like it's women that actually set those
Well, it was
expectations.
my boyfriend that made fun of me for it.
Hmm.
I feel like kids in middle and high school are kind of like they do that, but I think as you get older, like I feel like
I hope
I feel like
so.
older people don't do that.
Then
I
any
think
person that makes fun of my peach fuzz nowadays will just get a swift kick in the nuts or the ovaries.
they're getting fucked up.
Hmm.
Not fucked, but fucked up.
It's true. True.
Kind of like that jerk in the parking lot today. just gonna randomly end it with that. I think Corey might have heard that. So, long story short, I had to quickly bring pizzas to our high school, our kids, because we're getting ready for an art charity event. And I'll admit I parked like on the line. I was not double parked, but I was close. It wasn't the best park job because I was in it. I was going to be in and out. I parked behind my ex-husband's pizza place. He was donating some pizzas, and I noticed this car pulls into this parking lot that's really meant for the employees, and he was just stalling. Like the car was stalled there. I'm like, that's weird. I wonder what he's waiting for. But I don't have time. I got to get the pizzas. Get some pizzas. Come back out, and he's still there. And as soon as I look at he blares his horn at me and starts like, I don't know, flipping me the bird or whatever. So I throw the pizzas in the trunk and I walk and I'm like, dude, what's up? He goes, why the hell are you parking like that? And I'm looking over and my car is in my lane. It's not straight, but it's in my lane. He goes, I can't fit in there. I'm like, referring to the parking space next to me. And he starts screaming at me that I ran off and like I should have known that he was waiting for me to move. And I was
Okay.
being a
There was
terrible.
not any other spot out there.
There are plenty of other spots. He just wanted to park at the closest parking space to wherever he was going. And he was mad that I was parked on the line and that I did not anticipate him staring at me as a sign that I should move it. And I lost my temper and I kind of screamed back at him. I'm like, dude, don't fucking talk to me like this. Just ask me nicely. Anyway,
People, am I right? People suck.
they
Mm-hmm.
do.
People suck. On that note, everybody, enjoy your 69ing.
Yes. Or if you don't like it, then do something else.
Yeah.
May-
Read a book.
Yes, read
Be
it. Read a
productive.
book. May I suggest
Mhm.
you try The Levitating Lady or The Wild Mustang?
What is the levitating lady? I need to know that.
Oh, I closed the book. It's going to take me forever to find that one page.
Next
Mhm.
time.
That you know how those levitating tricks work. That it looks like they could like there's something holding them up that you can't see.
Oh, I bet
That's
you
not
it's
You know what it
I
is?
bet you it's a penis.
It's a penis.
Penis.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of After Dark. Thank you for joining us for this very special episode 69.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why LaRon skipped this episode. Maybe he's really 69ing right now.
Maybe, but I don't want to
At
think
least
about it.
one of us is.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it either, but he's doing something.
Yeah.
LaRon. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching and or listening. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.